Welcome back to the channel. My name's Rebecca. I'm the founder of the AI Burn Center, and this is our series about Vouched. It is our job seeker infrastructure. It is a massive platform that does way more than your typical job board. So, we found it necessary to go through what this platform is all about, how we think, what our non-negotiables are. That was in videos 1 and 2. This is video 3. And today we are going to be talking about the job seeker experience, all the way from the landing page as you move forward. There is a lot going on here, so the odds are this is probably going to be a 2-part job seeker 1 and job seeker part 2, just to walk you through the experience and talk to you a little bit about why this is so different than what you're used to. And it should be, right? I think most people are really sick of the job board experience up to now. Someone at some point was going to have to step in and fill that void. And between my husband and I, who is my chief technology officer, we figured out we can actually do this. So why not do it? And we think we've done it really well. We are not backed by mega bucks. We do not have any affiliation with massive corporations. We are just two people who figured out how to use the technology that we've been handed, the experience that we've walked through as both job seeker and, job loser, if you will, and, and where that puts us in the market. We are mid-level professionals, and we are seeing the massive impact that automation is having across the board. And because the technology can offer something different, it should, but so far, there's still been a void. So we're going to try to fill the void with Vouched, and we're going to get right into what makes the job seeker experience a positive one. So first of all, job seekers create a free profile on Vouched.fyi, and you are discoverable only by verified employers. So once you create a profile, nobody can just go in there and start scraping information. There's no bot that can come in and start collecting data. In order for someone to actually see your profile, they have to be a verified employer. And I will get into a different video that talks about all of the characteristics associated with a job poster or an employer and what that looks like and what they're required to do in order to be verified. But you have to be a verified employer in order to access the information that you are going to put in as a job seeker. That's for your protection. We also think there is a role for us to play to help you get out of the people pile. If you are applying for jobs and you see that 400 people have already applied to it, one, it kind of discourages you. It can really put a damper on the process. We want to be able to pull you out of that pile and say, hey, this person is really well matched with the job description that you have posted. This person also has vouches from people that they've worked with who have talked about the kind of character they have, that have talked about their skill sets, who have vouched for them. This person has gone to the length of actually going through the library of curated content to learn about the skills that are necessary in today's workplace. They have earned badges, and all of that working together in addition to a resume, which we're going to talk about how we deal with resumes at Vouched. It starts to create levels of depth when it comes to a job seeker actually putting out who they are into their profile. This is far beyond just what we've been handed and accepted up to this point. So your profile is free to create as a job seeker. No credit card, no paywall, no premium account where you have to pay a certain amount to access, the good jobs. None of that stuff. That's crazy, and it's part of what's broken the system so far. It's why things are fractured and why there has been so much distrust built into the platforms that are out there right now. So we're not going to go down that road. It will stay free for you to create. The fields include your name, your professional background. It includes your vouches. It includes where you are physically, like what city you live in. And the profile completion will track. So it's going to tell you you are 80% of the way done, you're 90% of the way done, or maybe you're only 30% of the way done. It's going to show you what fields you need to fill in. And once you've filled in all of the fields, then it will show your profile as 100% complete. And that matters. An employer who is looking for the cream of the crop, the best of the best, they are looking for someone who took the time to complete their entire profile. So we will encourage you and we will help you track how much of your profile has been completed. Once you have completed the entire profile, there is a little green button that will show that your profile is complete, and that badge is now displayed when all of the fields are done. So again, the eyes that are looking for talent are going to know that you have completed your profile. You're also going to know what's on your to-do list. It may take you a day or two. Maybe it'll take you longer, just depending on how quickly you work through those fields. But it will tell you what fields are missing so that you can get those prepared and get it dropped into your profile. There is also the ability for you to toggle yourself as actively looking for a job, or you can toggle that off if you find employment, or if you are going to take a hiatus from job searching. You can turn that on and off at will. So I mentioned earlier, let's talk a little bit about your resume extraction. Yes, you can upload your resume into the system. I think people are used to doing that, but we look at it and we're like, is it still necessary? Well, we don't really know, but we knew better than to eliminate the ability for you to upload your resume, because most people are just used to doing that. So you can upload the resume, and then our system will read it and automatically extract all of the data that is typical, your work history, your education, your career summary, that kind of stuff will be extracted out. And then that populates in the seeker profile. It's in structured cards. So an employer can come along and see those cards and flip them over and say, oh, that's what their work history is. Oh, okay, that's their skill set. Oh, that's their education. Got it. So those are built into very readable formats for someone who is looking for candidates. And then there's also a section that will show you skills that you may want to improve on, specifically when looking at AI literacy. A lot of mid-level professionals are finding themselves impacted by automation and by AI. And then when they go to apply for similar roles or with their similar experience level, the job description actually requires a level of AI literacy that they don't have. And if they do have it, it's because they've gone out and proactively learned the technology. But to come back to an employer and say, no, like, I know how to use this, this is how I've taught myself. Most employers aren't going to receive that as a qualified candidate. So we are going to help you show yourself as a qualified candidate in this area that is becoming more and more important in all kinds of jobs across all industries. So that is the resume extraction process. That's going to live there indefinitely. Let's talk a little bit about the Seeker dashboard, what this looks like for you. So when you sign up for a free account or free profile, you can use your email address or you can connect through Google, either one. You will see a messages box on the side. That is a direct inbox. It's a direct thread of communication with a potential employer. It is accessible from the sidebar, and it is also something that no one else sees. So if an employer reads your profile and they're like, I want to ask this person a question, or I want to reach out to them, you have a direct communication line to that employer, which is awesome because a human being's on the other side of that. And that's part of the restoration that we are looking to make with this platform. We really want the human pieces to come back together. It's important and it's foundational. You're also going to see a box that says My Applications. So you are going to have a tracker on all the applications that you have submitted, and there's going to be a visibility toggle. So you're going to see the status of that application as it sits every single day or every hour. If you log in that frequently, you're going to see the status right there from your dashboard. You're also going to see your forward badges. So forward, if you hadn't caught videos 1 and 2, is a section of the platform with curated content. It is a library of content that we think is helpful as people are pursuing new opportunities. You can take courses, complete the quiz at the end of the course, and earn a badge. And so you will see that on your dashboard. You will see how many badges you have earned. And yes, employers also see those badges. So they know that you are actively learning and growing and working toward that next opportunity. So with your applications, there is full pipeline visibility, which means that every single application that you have submitted, every job that you've applied to has a color coded status. If you see a gray pill, that means you have submitted for that position. If you see a green pill, that means you have been shortlisted. If it is blue, it shows that that position is being interviewed for, and a purple pill will indicate that you have received an offer. So we're trying to look at this whole framework from start to finish of what can be completed within this system, and make sure that it's transparent. Make sure you know what's going on at all time. So also as part of your application visibility, you can see the employer name. No more of this company confidential stuff that's out there. You will actually see who the company is that's hiring. You'll probably see their logo, hopefully with their domain that should auto-populate, or they can upload one. You'll see the company size, you'll see the industry they're in, and then you'll see a description of the job posting. So again, we have the direct messaging link. If your profile doesn't answer all of their questions, they can start communicating with you and asking you questions about who you are and what you're about. There's an automatic email notification that's sent to the seeker every time the employer moves them through the process. It's every time you move through that pipeline and you take another step forward, you will receive notice of that so that you know exactly where you stand in your application process. So that gives you a little bit of an idea about what the job seeker experience looks like, from the dashboard to the creating of a profile. In the next part two of the job seeker experience, I'm going to be talking about vouches and badges, specifically how they are different than what you're used to, how they show up, what an employer can learn about you through those vouches, what it looks like to send a vouch or receive a vouch even. All of that's going to be included in the next video. So stick around and I will see you next time. My name's Rebecca. I am co-founder of Vouched and the owner of the AI Burn Center. And I am so glad you're here and you have found this.